game. The first one was a Clippers home game, but these are all the Lakers season ticket holders.
They played in the same building. Stop saying that.
But no, one has these season tickets and one has these season tickets. So theoretically, your fandom would be able to take over the arena on your night.
We took it over that first night. We took it over that night.
You took it over. You took it over both nights, but especially last night, that was a Lakers crowd. And the crowd couldn't even get you home. Why was it? Because the Clippers are just mentally and physically tougher than the Lakers. They just are. Whatever their DNA is, and it starts with little tiny Patrick Beverley.
Yes.
And did he get a bunch of rebounds last night?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, he got 9 rebounds. That'll work, won't it? That's just sheer scrap. That's what he's made of, and it rubs off. It's contagious to the whole team. Montrez comes in, and he will not be bullied because he is a big, bad bully.
He's a bully.
He is. and all the rest of them just feed off length and defensive savvy and want to. This team comes out of the locker room wanting to play defense. And it's hard on the Lakers because the only reason they withstood the first quarter onslaught of Kawhi Leonard, because he scored 14 right out of the box, like, here, this is my game, this is my building, and by the way, this is Kawhi Town. It is now Kawhi Town.
Stop it.
So he said that. He made that statement in the first quarter, and the only reason your team survived was Kyle Kuzma went crazy hot.
He did.
He went someplace else, somewhere over the rainbow. He was shooting shots, like you said, catch and shoots that he didn't even catch it. It's like the ball just barely touched his fingertips. It was Christmas magic, and the ball is gone and through the hoop. We could have made a Christmas movie about it that would be an all-time classic, and it went on for a whole quarter because he scored 15 to Kawhi's 14, and you survived because you were up 2 at the quarter, which was stunning to me because
considering
Kawhi had been so dominant on both ends of the floor.
Right.
So then what did we see from LeBron? He finally started to make shots, and I guess his groin was okay. Maybe it was a Christmas miracle. I don't know. Miracle on whatever street, right?
Right.
Downtown. So what did he do? In the first, say, 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, he makes 2 threes and 2 jump shots, 2 two-point jump shots, which is for LeBron. That was crazier hot streak than what Kuzma did in the first quarter, right? So did the groin look okay? But guess what? Doc said, Claw, you take him. And Claw switched off. Kawhi switched off onto LeBron at that point. And from the 6:39 mark all the way down to the end of the game, LeBron James scored 1 point. So what happened from 3? He missed another 3. And yet that made him 10 misses for the game. Do you realize 10 misses was the most in LeBron's career? Mm-hmm. He's never missed 10 threes before, and he missed 10 in the game. Well, it's hard to overcome missing 10 threes.
Well, Skip, it seems to me that their plan was to go up under everything. Mm-hmm. Do not fight over the top because we don't want to run the risk of him going by us, lay the ball up, or put them in the pick and roll. So we're going under everything. We're going to concede that. The old Popovich strategy. Mm-hmm. Go under everything. If he makes it, we're going to have to live with that. Mm-hmm. Skip, he got great looks. I didn't think the only 3 that I thought he forced was that runner, but the time was running out. That was the one he did.
I'm going to give him that one because the clock was down. Right. So he shot it off, sort of one-footed it.
The James Harden.
Yeah.
So that was the only one. All the rest of them, Skip, he had great looks. He was square, and a lot of them was halfway down. You're like, and it spit it out. But Skip, can we stop this? I mean, if you look at it, you said Kawhi played great defense. Kawhi had no block shots and a steal. LeBron had a block shot and 2 steals. So this notion that
between those 2 guys switching back and forth on LeBron, they make it really hard on him. They're the 2 that make it hard because every other night he's got a supreme physical advantage on whoever guards.
But here's the thing. The thing is, though, Skip, is that somebody's going to have to suffer. You're going to have to punish. You see Paul George suffer because he had to guard AD some. Mm-hmm. And so the guy that didn't have to guard AD got an opportunity because LeBron, look, I still think something is, whether he aggravated or whatever happened with that groin. Mm-hmm. But LeBron James last night did not look explosive as I'm used to seeing him. Okay. And remember, Skip, he missed the last game they played, right?
Okay. But I heard it was some kind of a stomach.
And groin.
Like
and groin. Stop. I didn't thoracic. You know.
Okay, that was the key injury. That's what was reported. The key was some kind of muscle pull-up in his chest area.
And he's been dealing with the nagging groin issue.
Nagging groin.
Yes.
Oh, built an excuse. He is beautiful. He is the master of
I just want to know one thing.
I've never heard anything
Does Dak
like
have an
him.
excuse?
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about LeBron James. And I'm glad we're talking about LeBron James because now let's look at the final minute of that basketball game. That was still right there for the Lakers to win the game.
Yep.
So, what happened with 41.9 seconds left? LeBron drove on Kawhi Leonard, and guess what? He got the foul call. He got the call, so he was explosive enough to get Kawhi to foul him. That was pretty good. And he goes to the free throw line, and he makes the first one. And now we go up, and he missed it. He's short again. He is simply the worst superstar late-game free throw shooter in the history of the NBA. There's never been anything as bad as that. That is his Achilles heel, and that was your team's Achilles heel last night because that could have made it, guess what? That could have made it a three-point game, right? But he missed it, and all of a sudden...
But you make it seem like, he could have tied the game.
Okay, but it was a crucial point that just hung over the game from that point. Yes, it did. So then, guess what happens after that? 22.9 seconds left. Kawhi got the rebound. He dribbled a couple times, and then they called timeout, and they couldn't advance it. But they come out of a timeout, and they go right down. And who took the quick three for the Los Angeles Clippers? Little Sweet Lou Williams, who can be the closer for this team, and he just jacks it up and missed it. And I was out of my mind rolling on the floor because Kawhi Leonard not only had the hot hand, he was dominating the basketball game. In that situation, just give him the ball and get out of his way and let him work. Let him work the clock. Let him work the lane. Let him either shoot a fadeaway or get to the free throw line because guess what? He was 8 for 8 from the free throw line.
But Sweet Lou's their closer.
Okay.
So you got to live with it.
Okay.
More times than not.
He was 1 for 5 from the field. He was playing one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. He had 4 turnovers, and he was 1 for 5 from the field.
And they bailed him out because he missed that layup.
And he missed the layup. I agree. And he got bailed out. I will give you that one. He got bailed out. But he hadn't even taken a three, and he takes a quick three, and it misses badly. And all of a sudden, LeBron James has a chance, the Lakers have a chance to figure out how to shoot a three to tie the game, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? He gets the switch that most any superstar would want. He gets the 6'1" guy on him, right?
Yes.
And he takes a dribble over near the side, and he starts to go up. And LeBron said after the game that he was surprised the call got overturned because he said the more you look at the replay, you can talk yourself into that the ball went out of bounds off me.
Right.
When in fact, he's saying that it did not, that it got hit past his hands.
He said he didn't feel it.
He said he didn't feel it. I'm sorry. I've looked at the replay probably 20 times. And I'm pretty sure the last skin to touch the ball belonged to the fingertips of LeBron James, right?
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. But Skip, if you look at anything, it's amazing what slow motion will do. Slow motion will make you see things that, oh, that actually happened.
Okay,
but give Pat Bev credit, Skip, because he knows one thing: LeBron's got to get a three up, and time is running down. It's the same thing that happened in Game 3 of the Finals. Remember, basically the same position on the court. What did he try to do? Try to bring the ball up, and what did Iggy do? On the way up, knock it, and it ends up going out of bounds on LeBron.
Although this was a little different because it wasn't a down slap. He actually got the ball all the way up to about face level, and it was more of a punch.
Right.
It was more, he punched it back out of his grip, right? So it's not the basic usual down slap where you just slap it down. Because when you slap down, you can hit skin a little more easily. Right. But he actually aimed at the basketball when it got about face level and just punched it right back through his hands.
Right.
I heard several commentators after the game say that was a very dangerous play. Okay, not in this case. I think it was an incredibly smart play on Patrick Beverley's part because everybody knows in that league, LeBron is not good at the free throw line late in games. What would be the odds that LeBron James could get fouled on a three-point shot and with virtually no time left,
he'd have made all three
go stand at that line by himself and make 3 straight?
I'd bet.
He's never done that before.
I'd bet.
Remember the game in Philly?
We ain't talking about Philly. We ain't going back there. We talking about now.
I would have given it a 5% chance of him to make all 3 free throws with no time left, with the whole world, the basketball world, on the edge of its seats. There's no way he's going to make. Patrick Beverley knows he wouldn't make all three, so he knows he could gamble a little harder because you could make a case that the best play was to send LeBron to the free throw line. Don't let him shoot the ball.
Normally, they foul, don't even let you get the three-pointer up. Some coaches says, we're going to foul, we're not going to let you get the three-pointer off, and then some coaches says, we're going to let you play it out. Doc clearly is one of those guys says, I'm going to let you play it out. And he gambled, and they won. It happens sometimes, Skip. They called a bluff, and LeBron ended up having to lay the hand down. The ball goes off the fingertips, his head, or whatever it went off of. Give them credit. They won the ball game. But you and I both know Lakers are not supposed to lose that game. Because Skip, it's not like that, they scored 43 points in the second half.
They didn't.
The Clippers closed the game with 17. It wasn't like they couldn't get the ball. They missed wide open. KCP, Danny Green, they had wide open look for threes, Skip, and they just didn't fall.
Maybe that's who they are. Maybe that's what they are made of.
Well,
maybe they are what I thought they were.
What do you think they are?
Not as mentally and physically tough as that other team, the real home team at Staples.
Well, stop saying that, because they're visitors, okay?
Yeah.
I wish
they live in the basement, but the beast is in the basement. It's scary.
Look, you know what's been happening, Skip, is that when we've been away, we tell them to stay in the basement, but they've been coming upstairs, kind of like Misery. You remember that movie Misery? When she would leave, he started coming upstairs, and all of a sudden, she set that trap, saw the figurines, so she had to hobble him again.
Yeah.
We're going to have to hobble him.
Yeah.
We're going to fix him.
This is going to be the all-time horror movie because it's going to be called The Beast in the Basement. And it just keeps coming upstairs.
Okay. We got something for you.
Just wreaking havoc.
We got something for you.
Because now you've had 2 shots and 2 big statements got made. And I love what Kawhi said after the game on ABC National. He just said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, this doesn't mean anything. It's not like we're going to win the championship of L.A. because nobody cares about the championship of L.A. in the big picture.
Right.
They care about what happens in June.
Right.